Bruh, what is you doing? Hello, good morning, bienvenidos, guten Tag, if you speak German. Welcome to a new episode of Monday Vibes. I am your host, Mr. Fresh to Death, Pretty Boy Smooth. And today's topic of discussion, something that's very influential in having that positive morning mindset that we're all trying to have. And what I'm talking about is detrimental phrases. So the definition I like to use when describing a detrimental phrase is a phrase that causes a person harm mentally or emotionally. You see, we have to remember that everything starts up here. That's why you have phrases like, if you believe you can achieve, or mind over matter. Like, if your mind isn't right when you step into a situation, your body's not going to go the same way. You know, you're going to be out of alignment. When you have these detrimental phrases in your life, they may stop you from doing something without even trying it. And it's happened to all of us. Like, we all have fallen victim to this. We're talking about phrases like, I can't, or I don't think I can do this, or I'm worried about this reaction. Or if you're putting it on somebody else, telling someone else that they can't do something, or they shouldn't do something, or this won't succeed, that won't work, you know, just phrases like that. And we tend to overlook just how powerful those phrases can really be to somebody. Like, I feel we fall into this trap as we grow older. You know, like when you're like a baby and like an adolescent, everyone's telling their kids that they can do and be anything in the world that they want. But as you get older and you start realizing that you actually have to put in effort and work through trials and tribulations to get what you want, people just automatically start thinking realistic or putting detrimental phrases in place to say, oh, this isn't the path for you, or you can't do this, this may work, but you got to worry about this, you know, things like that. It's kind of funny how, like, just as we grow older, we become less mentally tough and willing to go after the things we really want. So we allow words to ourselves and what other people say influence how we go about these types of things. And this is something that has like a lot of gray area. So it all depends on the context of who's giving you this information. When my dad told me as a kid not to touch the stove, he wasn't trying to be detrimental to me. He was telling me the truth. The stove will burn me, you know? But know the difference between someone telling you don't touch the stove and don't go after something you want in life. You know what I mean? When I'm talking about detrimental phrases, I'm talking in the context of your dreams and aspirations, or something that makes you feel good and promotes positivity in the world or bettering yourself. I'm talking about people using detrimental phrases to put a roadblock in between you and success. Those are the kind of people that you have to watch out for. And those are the kind of phrases that you have to be able to pinpoint and say, hey, I'm not listening to this today. Get out my face. So here's an example on a smaller scale. Now, if you don't already know, I have a cat, and his name is Diddy. He's scared of almost everything around him, but he's actually pretty cool sometimes. Anyway, I was talking to someone very special to me about getting a cat, and her immediate response was no, because she hates cats. She would tell me that it was going to keep me up all night, it was going to scratch at my door, scratch at my furniture, it was going to shoot litter everywhere, it was going to just be extremely destructive and ruin everything, right? That is the exact opposite of what's been happening. Since I've got a cat, my blood pressure has gone down, especially when I pet him. When he lets me, it's kind of cool. I still sleep at night. Well, I get my nap, you could say, my 4 hours of sleep. Yeah, nothing can really keep me up, because once my head hits the pillow, I'm like a narcoleptic. And he has not scratched any of my furniture. And yeah, I mean, the biggest problem I had is he hides and doesn't want to take his flea medicine, you know? So this is an example of a gray area, you know? Everything's different, and someone can't judge what my experience is going to be based on what her experience is going to be, you know? So, sorry. If we are able to identify these detrimental statements and change the meaning we give them and how we respond to them, we are one step closer to having that great Monday vibe. The song I chose today for PB's playlist is called That Far from a singer named Black. Now, he uses a 6 instead of a B in his name, and I don't know why, and it's none of my business. The point is, there's a great message behind this song. He talks about using your mental energy to focus on the things you want to do and how you want to feel and what you want to accomplish, as opposed to letting all the detrimental phrases of the world get inside your head. And it's such a great message, you know. It piggybacks on what I was talking about today, about identifying detrimental phrases and keeping them away from you. He points out the detrimental phrases that he hears on a regular basis and how he responds to them. So it's a great song, That Far From Black. Please check it out. So for today's Monday Vibe mission, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, because I've been saying it this entire video. Identify the detrimental phrases in your life. Just the simple practice of being able to identify these things is tremendously important, because after all, you can't fix something if you don't know it's broke. If you're saying something detrimental to yourself, ask yourself why you're saying it. Really go deep and think of the reasons as to why you're saying it, because it's probably not a fact, and it's something that you can change the meaning of and bring a better positive influence into your life. Think about people around you. Think of the people that are saying detrimental phrases around you. Know where to put them and keep them in their place so that they don't affect you and take away the mental energy you have and that you need to get through your day. A lot of people forget that mental energy is very limited. We don't have a ridiculous amount of it. Once you let someone stress you out and more things keep compounding and compounding, you lose your mental energy. So be very careful where you put that, and don't allow detrimental phrases to get in front of that. As always, thank you guys for watching. Huge shout out to the people that are helping me put this project together. And we just gonna keep the ball rolling. You know, be aware of these detrimental phrases and have a great Monday. I'll see you next week.